Greetings, I am Burrell Palmer. I am the post commander of Fred Brock Post 828, located at 3415 Martin Luther King Drive here in San Antonio, Texas. And I have the outstanding pleasure of having with me a very native of San Antonio here on the east side, renowned blues artist Walter Waiters. How you doing today, Walter?
I'm well, man. Well, it's all good, brother. Good to be here with you.
Good, good. I also understand that you're celebrating your birthday today.
I am 21 again, man.
21, man. You look good to be 21.
Thank you. I will never reveal anything. This is makeup. See, that's all. Yeah, no, we getting there, man. We getting there.
Okay, well, tell me about yourself.
Well, grew up a couple of streets away from this place, and Dory Street. Used to walk by this place as a kid. I think it became different things. I think the wagon wheel was across the street, and got involved in music early. I was 3 years old, playing on the coffee table, and back then we were a radio station. We just had our music wasn't on a radio station. So I had Jerry Lee Lewis, and then when Ray Charles popped into the picture, then I said, I think I can do that. So my mom bought me a little keyboard, a little organ, and it just built from there. And it kept me out of trouble, kept me out of jail, and that was my punishment. Whenever I wouldn't do what she wanted me to do, she'd take that keyboard and she'd lock it in her trunk, not knowing that I would go in that trunk about 2 o'clock in the morning and get that keyboard out and try to get it back in the trunk before she woke up to go to work in the morning. I got caught a few times, But music has been my whole life, man. And, tried to play in a high school band, but because I was that musician, I would always do a solo when I was supposed to be doing backup chords. So I got kicked out of the band, Sam Houston High School, got kicked out. But it's just, music's been my whole life. And I, got out of here, got married, and moved to North Dakota. Stuck with the music, the whole time. I'm playing with country bands, rock bands, and just developing my talent. Got involved with the comedy scene. Was hosting comedy shows with some big name acts. Was very good at it as well, but it wasn't like music because my mother had something to do with that. You always want to make mama proud. You always feel like mama's on the porch watching you.
Right.
So I figured as long as I was playing that keyboard, I was doing what she wanted me to do. So it's just basically been my whole life. And coming here, I don't know if I'm moving ahead too far ahead, but coming here, it's like giving back to the community. Coming back home to San Antonio. I say I work in Vegas, but my home is in San Antonio. And I love this place. And with my music, it's like, this is something crazy. On New Year's Eve, I would put my speakers in the window, and I would do the whole Old Lang Syne thing, and I would play a couple songs afterwards. And for 4 years, my mother did not know it was me. So one year she said, who is that on New Year's that plays this music? And my brother was like, Walter. No. So she caught me one year. She was standing in the door watching me, and I'm blasting, and the neighbors knew it, and they would come out, and they would listen to me play this music. And so it just grew on me, man. It's me now. It's not like something I do. It's something that I am. I am music now. I am this music,
Okay, and what type of music, what kind of genre did you start with, and what's kind of making your deal now?
It started with like instrumentals, because when you're growing up and I started at 3 years old. So when you're 6, 7, 8, and you're playing Bobby Blue Bland, what do you know about that? But my mom's boyfriend would take me fishing, and that's what we would listen to. So mainly I was doing instrumentals because I did not want to be a singer. I just wanted to play instrumentals, So it got to the point where I was going from that, and then I went into a little jazz. But everything sounded like blues. I even went through a stint of being a rapper. You have to go through that little 80s and 90s stint. So I was doing rapping, but the rap and the blues, the music was always blues. I was rapping to blues music, So then it just got to the point where when I went to Oklahoma, I was playing country. So basically what it turned me into is a well-rounded musician. In Vegas, my audience, it's all over the place. So if you're sitting there, I might go from a country song to a blues song but it's all blues. Even when I do country, you're gonna hear blues in there, And I'm a one-man show, so I have the keyboards with the sequencing, and I do it all myself to where I have my sound, and I built my sound around that. So you're gonna hear in other words, when you hear Walter Waiters' song, you know it's me. And that's like when Mel was here. When Mel Waiters came on the radio, you knew it was Mel. And so I pretty much got that, but it's I just like to be broad. I want the world. I don't want just one regional area. I want the world to know who I am when I leave here. That's the plan.
Great. And how long have you been playing in Las Vegas?
I've been in Las Vegas 13 years. 13 years. I left from Oklahoma, and my brother basically, I didn't go to Vegas to be in the music. I was in it anyway. I was driving from Oklahoma to Mississippi, Wyoming, Yeah, I was doing cruises, going to Louisiana every other month. I was enjoying the drive. And as you get older, the eyes start playing tricks on you, at night. So I'm kind of glad. One day my brother caught me in the right mood because I would not go to Vegas. I just thought for some reason that when you go to Vegas, that means your career's up and you're just playing in some lounge with a tuxedo on, and any birthdays with a big tip jar in front of you. But I just said, give it a shot. Maybe you can change it. Blues was not very big in Vegas. It was more like, now they knew Tyrone Davis, they knew some of the, but when I came in, they knew Mel. It was amazing, oh yeah, Mel Withers. I was surprised how big his name was. But it's getting to the point now where blues is, I was responsible for 4 blues festivals. Me and the commissioner had gotten together and we've done did some things for the neighborhood and, started playing that. So now I am a fixture in Las Vegas. I have fans that come from Mississippi, Louisiana to come see me in Las Vegas, so it's growing. And so now I can come here and people from San Antonio, they'll come, hey man, yeah, good to see, this is our homeboy, and I represent them. I know half of them, I went to school with most of them, so yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. Vegas is getting better.
Good.
Yeah.
And I also understand when you come home and see your family, you also do some performances here as well.
Yes, it's a plus. That's one of the main reasons why I come, and it's not to come back and brag, I've made it. No, it's not like that. It's that I want them to know, follow your dream. Because I'm just a kid I was a kid with a little Casio keyboard, Radio Shack, realistic Casio keyboard that didn't stop playing. That's the only difference between me and a lot of people. I didn't quit. When I would miss meals, it was one incident where I needed brakes for my van. And I had a choice to either fix the van and be in Oklahoma or take my chance and drive to Wyoming and get the money to fix the brakes. But I cannot let my fans down. If they're expecting me, I'm coming, And coming to San Antonio is the same way. I come down here, and sometimes your friends don't, they love you, but they just don't want to see the pain of, okay, he finished. See, I'm finishing. They get started, some of them, and they hit a bump and they stop. It's like, but they have nobody to push them. So I'm hoping me coming back and doing things for the community, because that's why I do it. When I come in and I see these smiles, and I see people that used to teach me in school, my cafeteria lady, Wednesday used to be enchilada day. I don't know if it's still enchilada day, but I went to Gates Elementary, and they would give you 3 enchiladas, but I would come through and put this little smile on, and you look so beautiful today, and she, boy, you so crazy, and put another enchilada and some more chili on it, and I was the only one, Now, it doesn't show in me, but I got the extra enchilada now. Yeah, but it's just coming home and just seeing people every year get better, grow, and they all come out to see me. Now, my friends, a lot of them still want to live in the 90s. They want to be rappers. They, do what you want to do. But just know, don't give up on what you want to be, man. It's there. It's there. And the only thing I was talking to the coach for Sam Houston's football team, and I was telling him, man, we would line up a mirror, and we'd stand in that mirror and look at it, and we would find who our biggest enemy was. I said, looking at myself, I'm the only one that can stop me. You might tell me I'm not going to make it, but if I believe it, it's my fault. So I look in that mirror every day and I said, we're gonna finish. We have to finish. Mama's not on the porch anymore. Mama's going on now. So I can't say, hey, Mama, I want to quit. So I got to finish. So when I leave this world and I see her again, Mama, I didn't quit. That's my mission.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Now tell me, how was this community when you were growing up to where it is right now?
God, man, it was. I put it like this: if you snuck out of the house at 11 o'clock, your mama knew at 11:15. We were a village, and a lot of the old, elders are gone now, and we're becoming the elders, and we're distracted. See, we didn't have social media, we didn't have the video games that we have now, where you want to play for 13 hours a day. A lot of the youngsters say, well, y'all had video games. Yeah, but we also went to play. We used to go fishing in Martin Luther King Park. We used to get our BB guns, and it was a difference. A friend of mine was talking the other day. We could walk down the street with BB guns and wouldn't get stopped by the cops. It was like, oh, they're going hunting. We would go shoot birds. Now, it was sad, feel bad for the birds now, but we did stuff that creates memories. We sit around at the bars and we talk about, hey, man, remember when you fell in the creek? Remember when we would do this? Now, this generation only talks about video games or going viral. We didn't know viral was something bad when we were growing up. You didn't want to, you didn't want viral nowhere attached to your, to your identity. But it went to the point we would cut each other's grass. We would watch each other's homes when they would go out of town. Most of these residents now don't know their neighbors. It's like that in Las Vegas. You know, I've been living next to some people, they don't even know what I do for a living. One said, I think I saw you on the news, and I was on the news doing a show, but I'm like, if you don't know by now, then it's not your business, you know? You're not a fan. But the community has changed so much, man. It's like, when you walk down the street, we would wave at each other. And if you saw somebody struggling with their groceries, you didn't think about it. Whether they wanted you to help or not, you tried. You know, I just don't see that as much anymore. You know, you have some of them that are still around, you know. And every time I come home, I ride through the neighborhoods, man. And every year, not trying to make this thing go, you know, the wrong direction, but it hurts my heart to see where things are now. It's like we don't care as much as we used to. You know, now the ones you know, okay, yeah, we'll keep an eye on her house. But it's a community. It's not just you and her. It's a community. It's us now. It's not me and her. It's us. And I try to do that here. You know, when I see everybody sitting together, I talk to San Antonio as a unit. I don't say, hey, Miss So-and-so. I say San Antonio. You know, I'm your homeboy. I'm not trying to come back and say, look, y'all, I've made it big time. I haven't. You know, I don't believe in that. Fame is scary. I don't want the fame. It's good to be celebrated in your community and inspire your friends. But I want to make change now. You know, even though I don't live here, man. A guy told me the other night, I came and hung out. And he was like, why do you care if you don't live here anymore? I said, I'm talking about us. It's not about me, it's about us. When I come home, I want to feel proud to ride down my street and say, hey, because you're going to own your mother's house one day. You're going to own your father's house one day. Look at it. Set it up for yourself. One day you're going to leave and somebody's going to move in that same house. Set it up for the next generation. What happened was somewhere along the way we got distracted. Somebody dropped the ball and time just stopped. The houses haven't been painted. The streets haven't been repaved. Well, it's the city. Start it. Get the city's attention. Let them know you're trying to fix the community up. And maybe they'll give you a shovel. Maybe they'll donate some stuff to you. But who's going to donate something to somebody that doesn't care? If you're going to play dominoes on garbage, why would I want to come pick up the can when you can pick up the can? That's the attitude. I don't have a problem picking up the can because what happens is when they see me pick up the can, the male ego picks back up. Oh, you don't have to pick my can up, but then you pick it up. Show me how to pick it up. Compete with me to make this neighborhood great. So, you know, when I spoke the other day, I said, you know, let me come down and open the door for these guys to step up and say, you know, Walter, you shouldn't have to come back home and fix it up. You don't even live here anymore. I want to fix it up to the point where compete with me. One day, instead of getting down marching and saying, one day we're going to overcome, how about take that day and huddle up, everybody get a lawn that has a lawnmower, every well-bodied male, get a lawnmower. Cut somebody's yard, even if you don't like it. No, I don't think anybody's gonna stop you from cutting their grass if the grass is up there, you know. And it's raining out here in San Antonio. The grass is high. I've seen it. And I'm looking at it, and it's just like, we just need to get together. We talk about it a lot, but it's about action. And if I have to come back to San Antonio every year and raise Cain about it, I'll do it. Because we need change around it. And like, you know, like with you, stand-up guy, you're willing to do it, but finding volunteers and people to come help you. We shouldn't have to pay you to fix your house up. We shouldn't have to say, hey man, I'm gonna give you $20 to cut your grass. Or to cut your mother's grass. Just because you moved over to Converse and you think you made it now, your mama's still here. She has to be here. She has to walk in that grass, you know. Let's get it together. That's the attitude I have. And they don't like it sometimes, but I really don't care. You know, I just know when I come home, I want to be proud to come back and say, this is the house I grew up in. And not to see beer bottles laying in it, or somebody just comfortable sitting there playing dominoes next to it and throwing cans all over the place. Pick them up. Make your neighborhood, so when somebody's running for mayor or somebody's running for congressman, they ride through the neighborhood and say, these guys are trying. Let's give them some money. Let's donate some to them. But why would you want to do that if I'm happy just getting drunk and sleeping in a chair with beer cans around me? I know it doesn't have much to do with music, but God gives us a gift, and it's not a gift if you're not giving. I can sit in Vegas and make my money and live well in Vegas. But I cannot sleep well at night knowing that my community is not stepping up. Get mad at me. If they want to get angry, prove me wrong. Fix it up. Let me come down and see your grass cut. Let me see the neighborhood, and I'll shut up. Matter of fact, I'll get out and help you. But we got to get the ball rolling, you know. And if music is going to be my tool to make that happen, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll come every year, twice a year, 3 times a year. Don't pay me nothing. I will come down here and let's build this thing back up. That's just my attitude towards it. You know, and Mel had the same idea. And we were talking about joining the last, year of his life. We were talking about getting together and having an annual thing. I said, well, Mel, I already do it, but we can make it bigger. We get together and do it. But unfortunately, God, it was his time. Everybody, well, Haiti's going well. We all have our day. Mel had his day, but guess what? His cousin is still here. I'm here. Let's make it happen. Let's make it work. I'm here.
He's right. It takes a village, as they say. Not just to raise a child, but to keep that village strong and keep it
Exactly.
going generation after generation. And I appreciate the thing that you do. I mean, here at the Post for the
I think
last
4 or 5 years I've been coming.
yes, you know, we had COVID, so we
Yeah.
had to cancel those things, but we would come down in November and do our Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving concerts, and,
Yeah.
and we really enjoyed it.
We actually had one scheduled when COVID broke out.
That's right.
And I was like, man, I hope this thing ends so I can come home, you know, because I also use it as an excuse to see my mom, you know, because it's like with being in Vegas, I'm busy, I'm always flying, always doing shows. And it was an opportunity for me to come home because I kind of, you kind of regret, not really regret it, but, you know, you don't want your mom to see you because my shows can sometimes go there, you know, and it's an adult show. And you don't want your mom to see you doing that. So I was like, Mom, if you come, I'm going to do a show, but it won't be the show everybody else does. So she's like, well, I'm not coming because I want you to do you. I don't want to take away from your audience, you know. So I lost her January 31st, and I'd already booked it for the summer so we could have the summer together. So that's why I'm here now, you know, to be here this weekend to do the show. But it all happens for a reason because there needed to be closure. I was fighting COVID in January, and during the time when she passed, I was on my back, you know, trying to get better. And it was a process. And I was like, you know what, Jerry, I want to go ahead and come down. Well, Jerry, you know, he's always excited. You know, it works. He's like, man, let's make it happen. Let me know what you want to do. And that makes me feel good. Other venues were like, Walter, bring your show here. I said, no, I can throw a rock from this place to my house. I want them to hear me on that street. Walter is still playing that keyboard out of the window. He didn't change. He didn't switch up. He still wears his jeans and his hats. He's still, you know, still in Walter. And you know, that's what the plan is. You know, just to continue to grow and watch my neighborhood because we're just it's like remission. We're just in a little remission right now. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get back in this thing and we're gonna win it. We're gonna get this neighborhood back. When you ride through that neighborhood and you're not supposed to be in there and you're about to do something, somebody's gonna see you. You know, I never liked the snitching stuff. You know, oh, you shouldn't snitch. Who do you think came up with that? It wasn't the good people.
Right.
Who would want you not to tell if somebody was breaking in your house? Somebody that's gonna break in your house. So, you know, we just got to get that mentality back. You know, we're so busy letting the internet raise our children. You know, these reality shows that are staged because they do them in Vegas, and I'm looking at them staging it. Here's the script, you know. But we're copying these people, and it's not for our better. It's not for us. It's for them to put us in a position, and we can be watched doing silly things. So now you know where to find us now, doing the silly stuff. That's not who we are. That's what they want us to be. When I say us, I'm not talking about any particular race. I'm just talking about the industry. The society like this in Vegas, you'll see, okay, if there's a Martin Luther King Street, they know who's over there. When most police officers, I'm not going to say what city I was in, but I was talking to an officer. When they want to train their officers, they don't go to the suburbs. They go to Martin Luther King because they know somebody's going to jaywalk. And this can be simple as a jaywalk. Try to pull him over, and if he runs, we're going to show you how to do a foot pursuit. That's how they use that. But where do you see foot pursuits at? Where do they give us this at? On television. We're not raised to run from the police. We're taught by social media, this is what you do when the police comes over. You don't talk to them. You go find mama, because mama's going to rescue me. But today's society, they'll get mama too. You and mama will be in the back of that police car together. You know, it's about uplifting the community, not keeping it where it is, not where they want you to be. Go back where it used to be.
Yes, sir.
And I blame us. You know, some of the elders, we don't sit down and tell them how to use it. We're afraid of it. We created these little monsters, now we can't talk to them. You know, you want to say something to them, but you're afraid. Okay, well, can I have a moment? They want us, they need us, but we're just not approaching them. They'll listen if you talk to them. You've seen it. If you talk to them, they'll listen, but nobody's talking to them because we're doing this. Everybody's doing this. I've seen families at dinner tables. I've seen them at my shows. Now, I'll stop a song. Oh, no. You can do that in the back. Oh, I'm sorry, Walter. I was just letting them know I was here. You should have let them know before you get it. You know, yeah, before you got it. You're going to wait till you get in front of me. I'm here watching Walter, and we are, no. Let them come see me next week. They should have came. We'll be okay, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for this Saturday, you know, you're going to be performing here this Saturday at the Post at 8 o'clock.
Oh, I'm
so
excited.
kind of let us know what to expect.
Oh my goodness. You know, I wish I could tell you I had a set. See, I'm a church boy. You know, I went to church, and one thing I learned from church, you just let with that energy, you know, we can call it spirit, energy, whatever, you let it lead you. And it's nonstop music. You know, I got a good friend of mine, Jessie Terrell, coming into town from Chicago. She's been with Lil Milton, B.B. King, you know, great singer. She'll be opening up for me. And with me, just know you're going to get some blues, know you're going to get some plant, and you know it's going to be real. You're going to watch me make the food in front of you. This is not a track show. This is not me walking around in a clown suit. This is your guy, Walter Waiters, creating songs on his keyboard for you in front of you. I've got 8 records out. I got more than enough music to play, and I do covers. You know, I'll go back and grab some BB because I got some folks in there, and a lot of my people that come in, I'm not gonna put you on the spot, but they come from the church, and they feel that in what I do. You know, so we'll have everything for everybody. Of course, the food is always gonna be right here. The atmosphere is always grown. It's, you know, we don't fight in here. There's no drama. There's no, you know, you might get somebody holler out when you hit that note. Now you get that one note, somebody gonna scream. You know, that's when you know you're doing all right. But it's just gonna be, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be something you can talk about the next day. Not like, what was that guy's name? You will know my name. You know, Sunday you'll be talking about Walter Waiters. You know, Monday you'll be talking about Jesse Terrell. We're gonna give you a show. This is not something that hey, let's just go in and do a couple of songs, make some money. Oh no, it's not about the money. It's about coming and giving to the community, giving you something to smile about, giving you something to think about. You know, they look at the blues like, oh, it's old folks music. Oh, it's sad. No, don't tell you what the blues is. The blues lets you know why you're sad. It doesn't make you sad. And if you're hurting, that means something's wrong that needs to be fixed. You know, we might tap that spot that didn't hurt for years, and next thing you know, yeah, it still hurts. Yeah, fix it. Go get it repaired. It doesn't tell you, oh, you know, go hurt your arm. It tells you this is why your arm is hurting. You sit next to somebody now watching this video, and you wish that they would just go to Walmart and never come back. And you don't know why you feel that way. BB said the thrill is gone. He wrote it on, the thrill is gone away. You know, that's what the blues does. Why don't we get along anyway when the thrill is gone? He'll let you know. And church, you know, we used to bump heads with the churches, and well, blues as well. It's a lot of folks, the blues sends you to church. Once you figure out what's wrong, then you go to church and let the pastor tell you about it. You know, you don't go to church and just, okay, well, let me go to the, no, you let me fix it. Let me let you know what's going on. I'm you know, when you go to the clinic, I'm the one that's going to give you the prescription. Okay, this is what's going on with you. Then you go to church and say, okay, pastor, I'm having this issue. I just found out the thrill was gone. I want to bring my wife and we need some counseling. You know, right. So basically blues is an instrument for us. And I'm fortunate to know that I was around enough people. God has taken me to enough places. And I've, you know, when I come out in the audience, I'm not one that hides. You know, I come out in the audience and I talk to people and I get to hear their issues. So I'll get back to the hotel and write a song about it. Okay, this is what's happening now. I don't write songs based on, you know, everything is not about going to the club and falling out on the floor. Sometimes it's about, I want to love my woman again. Please tell me how I can do it. And in a funny way, I can tell you how to do it where you're laughing, but you know, he was kind of right. He was right about that.
Gotcha.
That's what I do.
Okay.
I write prescriptions. And I'm gonna have to write that in a song. That just came out the fly. I just write the prescription for you.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I know you're in Vegas and you're performing there, and we talked about the other day. I'll be in Vegas in December for my 50th birthday.
I'll tell them to put the lights
So
on.
what are some of the places you perform at in Vegas? Where can we find you? You know, we have a lot of people in San Antonio who travel to Vegas
Yeah.
on vacation. So what can they find you at?
Okay. I don't do the strip because the strip is controlled. You know, they want a list of songs that I'm gonna do, and I'm like, I don't know what songs I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna play, and I go by my crowd. So I'm off strip, which is not a bad thing, which is actually a great thing. It's Champagne's Cafe on Thursday nights. I'm there from 9 until midnight, right on Maryland Parkway, Boulevard Mall. It's a small thing, and they got signs up with me down there as well. I'm in Henderson, Nevada. More of an upscale, you know, and that's where it's a wine lounges that I'm playing at. I do a lot of private parties as well for those, you know, for those individuals. But I have learned to take time out for me. So I have 3 venues I play at during the week. And the rest of the week I'm writing, I'm relaxing and resting because one day this thing is gonna end and I don't wanna be sitting in a wheelchair somewhere wishing I had done more, had more peace. Because when you think you want wealth until you discover peace. When you find peace, man, it's like finding a piece of gold. Because once you get it, everybody wants it from you. Hey, Walter, can you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday? No, I cannot. I could, but I am not. Come see me Thursday. It's still some empty chairs, you know, a few empty chairs, and fill those chairs up. Come see me then. But I can't work every day of the week anymore. Once you discover peace, it's just a whole different thing, man. It is. Now, when I'm not there and I'm not here, I'm in Mississippi, Pensacola, you know, and all that. And I'm also on social media, Facebook, Walter Waiters. I'm on Instagram, Walter Waiters. Or I challenge you just to Google Walter Waiters on your internet and you'll get about 20 pages on it. So I'm making San Antonio proud. I haven't left, I haven't forgotten where I've come from. I want you guys to come on board with me, just join up with me. And if you're an artist that want to get on, talk to me. I'm not running from you. Find me, Google me, talk to me. But be doing something. Don't look for me to do it for you. Have a plan when you come to me. I can't just walk you in if you don't have a song. I can't walk you in the door if you don't have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, they'll plan things for you and you find yourself doing stuff you don't want to do. You'll go down to be a singer. Next thing you know, you got a tutu on your head and you're dancing around with, you know, with some kids at birthday parties. Because They tried to get me like that until they heard me. They said, oh, this boy's got real talent. They'll try to tell you who you are. You have to show them who you are. And I'm showing the world what San Antonio has produced. And that's, excuse my way, but it's one hell of a musician. I got to tell you that. Now, I'm not Luther. I have my songs, but I can play that keyboard. Me and that keyboard get down.
So, hey, Walter, we want to thank you, man, for coming in. And like I said, the Post really appreciates you. Our financial officer, Jerry Farmer, he just talks about you with great enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's my guy.
And, I got a chance to meet you personally the other day. So, he'll be here this Saturday, 23rd of July. The show starts at 8. Tickets are $15 pre-sale here at the Post.
Get your tickets.
And also, you can get them at the door at 20. So the Post is it'll be open tomorrow at 4 o'clock and Friday at 4 o'clock. So come and get your tickets. You can come Saturday at 4 o'clock. Now, like I said, you come at 7, it's gonna cost you $20. So you can save a little bit of money and have a great time here with good people on the east side. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. We see y'all there.